Hello, my name is Kenosha Battle, and I'm a grad student at Liberty University, and I'd like to take a moment to welcome you to my HSCO 511 Group Leading Report. I led a single Christian women's abstinence support group in Goldsboro, North Carolina at Higher Calling Church of Christ on September the 30th, 2017. The meeting started at 11 o'clock a.m. and lasted for 2 hours. The meeting consisted of 6 single Christian mothers, whom are all my fellow congregational church members. There was no co-leader present in this group session. The nature of the group was to permeate a spiritual connection between staying abstinent while single and placing emphasis on how sexual intercourse is meant to take place inside the setting of a marriage. The purpose of the group is to facilitate an in-depth understanding on how sex outside of marriage can result in a demise of the spiritual self, eradication of self-worth, and countless encounters with multiple partners in search of wholeness. I am the founder and head leader of this support group. The meeting started with an icebreaker exercise where each of the 6 women were asked to stand in front of a full-length mirror and verbalize out loud why they were worth the wait. After this exercise, the meeting started out pretty strained. Many of the group participants were hesitant to disclose information that they felt made them seem less than being women inside of the body of Christ. The group topic was getting rid of the microwavable issues in your life. Once I started to speak on how sometimes we allow men to pop in and out of our lives like microwavable dinners and the benefits of prepping and preparing your life for wholeness, the tone was set and the group members became very engaged in the conversation the remainder of the time that we were actually inside of the group setting. Some of the techniques that I utilized inside of the group session was around visual cues to draw out, linking in response to visual cues, reflection, summarizing, and clarification and questioning. There were several occasions during the group where I had to cut a couple of members off due to inappropriate content that took away from the purpose of the group. My facilitation of the group session was impeccable for it being my first time leading a group. My energy level was appropriate, not being over the top, but never slowful. I was very attentive, focused, and highly engaged during the entire 2 hours. One of the examples that will always sit out in my mind is how all of these 6 women felt that they were not worthy of being loved outside of having to sleep with the men that they were currently dating or are dating in order to solidify their position inside of these men's lives. After hearing each of these women disclose information about why they were either struggling with being abstinent because of being pressured by these men or had reluctantly gave in to these men wanting to sleep with them and the reasons why, I had to expound on the fact that had they ever considered that God was trying to get their attention in those moments of feeling lonely, and so that he could allow them to see that they were actually worth the wait, that they were so much worth the wait that he actually saw so much worth in them that he died for them. And that worth can never be replaced by any man that'll ever walk on the face of this earth. These women actually gasped because they had never thought about it or had seen it in that light. It was at that moment during this group session that each one of them actually had an awakening moment. After each one of these women went on to express how they felt about what I had just said and was receptive of what I said, I went on to discuss why it was pivotal to rid their lives of these microwavable issues, these issues that kept them from being a 5-star chef in God's 5-star kitchen. The main challenge that I faced, because my heart is overly consumed with compassion, was not breaking down with these women when they shared how living a microwavable way of life had totally took away from their role in society as being women of God. Overall, I feel very reassured that I gave this meeting my all. Walls are eventually going to fall because we do have 8 more sessions, and bridges are currently being built to help these women become and stay abstinent. In doing things differently, I would have used the dyad exercise during the initial meeting so the women could have had more of a one-on-one interaction. But we do, as I said, have 8 more sessions before my pastor decides to keep or dismiss this group. So there is time to implement more dyads into the sessions. Um, I I thoroughly enjoyed working with this group of women during our first group. I love helping people, and these women appreciate the positive, non-judgmental role I possess as being their group leader. I walk away taking from this that I don't take it lightly. I don't take it lightly at all. I'm helping these women to reintegrate themselves not only back into the body of Christ, but back into the wholesome women of God that they are so deserving of. I will apply what I've learned to future group leadership roles by meeting the group participants where they are and together build a path to the rediscovery of who they are outside of their present circumstances. In conclusion, although life offers plenty of chances to make things right, no one has ever said right has to be made right alone. Several heads and hearts together are better than one. I bid you all Godspeed and thank you for tuning into my HSCO 511 Group Leading Report.